Welcome to a casted game of Age of Empires 4, and look who we have here. Aussie Drongo playing as the Malians. That's right, he's spawning in the left-hand side of the map here in the color purple. His opponent today in the northern side of the map in the color red, playing as his main, or Aussie Drongo's main civilization here, the Chinese. It's going to be QWQ, who we'll just be calling Q for now. So we're gonna have to see what Drongo does here up against a civilization that he's known for playing. He loves the Chinese. He knows them inside and out. So surely he should have an advantage up against the Chinese, as surely he knows what these guys are going to be up to. But we see QWQ doing something very, very peculiar already here, moving out onto the deer. Interesting. This isn't something that we see, especially when the deer patch is so far away, but QWQ going to be going for that, bringing the Imperial official out as well, going to be supervising up that mill with it, I suspect. But checking in back with Mr. Drongo over here, we can see he's opening up with the straggler trees and building those houses around the pit mine here, and he's not going for the standard 4 houses. Usually the standard for the Malians is either 2 or 4 houses around this pit mine, but we can see he's gone for 6. I think that's what he's going to be stopping at for now. He's just going to gather up 10 gold from this last villager, then he can drop it off on the way home as well. But we can see both players looking to just open up with 1 scout for now. We can have a look at their perspectives right there. And very interesting from QWQ to be moving out onto the deer like this. Because usually what we see from the Chinese is they love to gather their tax from the mill. And for those that don't know, each tax is oh, my bad. Each tax is 1 villager dropping off a resource at the building. So with the capacity for how much they can carry is a lot higher. Therefore, they drop off a lot less, which means it doesn't generate as much tax, which means the Imperial official can't bring back as much tax, which can sort of delay the age up just a little bit. So that is usually why we don't see deer as much with the Chinese, but it looks like QWQ is going to be going for that. I think I'll just call him Q for now. I think that's a lot easier to say than QWQ. But Drongo going to be opening up with a barracks and Donzo. Interesting. I mean, yeah, this is really interesting. I mean, we haven't seen this in absolutely ages. We saw this right at the beginning of when we had the open beta for the Malians, and basically they would just mass Donzo and then start throwing spears into the wood lines and stuff. But it turns out that wasn't really that effective. But interesting to see that Drongo's decided to go for this. Is he going to be trying to deny some sort of... I mean, I guess he could go for the gold, and he would be able to deny Song, possibly. It depends. If the Barbican gets dropped here as the first age up, which isn't... I mean, usually it's the Imperial Academy first, but it's actually going to be the Barbican, and it's going to be placed over here on the deer. So Drongo might actually be in for a pretty good chance at denying off this gold for the time being. And if he can deny at that song, that'll be pretty good for him. We can see Q over here doesn't have enough gold quite yet, and Drongo is on the way with his Donzo. You can see moving that scout around. We'll take a look at Drongo's POV right here. We can see he has spotted out the gold, so he's going to be moving his Donzos around there. He's got 3 out at the moment. Stopped production for now. So Drongo not really done a lot of scouting. He doesn't realize that QWQ is over here on the deer. I mean, if he knew about this, Drongo could be sending the Donzos over, and he might have been able to have killed a villager. But we can see all 8 villagers now going to be spamming or rushing up the Barbican right there. Donzo is going to be trying to get a villager kill right there. Nicely done by Drongo right there, getting a nice few shots off there as well with the ranged attack. And the age up for Drongo going to be coming through as well. It is going to be the Mansa quarry just behind the base here. Pretty standard stuff right there. Not going to be going for the trade landmark today, which is unfortunate. So we're probably not going to be seeing trade from Drongo. But we do see he now spots out that Barbican. So does Drongo look to try and reposition his army over? I mean, it wouldn't make a lot of sense. These villagers are very much protected underneath this Barbican. So it looks like Aussie just wants to stay underneath this gold mine for now, denying Q from that gold. And is Q going to be towering? Yeah, okay, yeah. Makes a lot of sense. I mean, you might be able to melee. We discovered this, that the villagers actually do quite well up against H1 Spearmen. But obviously, these guys do have an extra +1 range defense, so these villagers wouldn't be doing as much damage. But we can see the tower goes up. Definitely worth the extra 100 wood right there, just to get up that tower and secure up the mining camp right there. We can see tower going to be taking some nice shots off there onto the Donzo. They're going to be getting their ranged attack again, but no low HP villagers here at the moment. And it looks like Drongo just wants to continue building up these Donzos. He does now age up. Wouldn't be surprised to see that hardened upgrade in the queue any second now. We can see Drongo actually has a pretty nice position here to burn down this village, which is unfortunate for him. Q going to be dropping down the Imperial Academy now as well. Villagers being pulled to try and kill that Donzo. That's quite a lot of idle time. Q really looking to take out that Donzo, but we can see going to be going for a bit of a wall now. If Drongo had these Donzos here, he might have been able to have burnt down that village and denied out this wall, but we can see that wall is going to be going up for Q, going to be making sure that Aussie doesn't cause too much of an issue. But that villager really low on HP, and this Donzo's got through. 9 HP villager. I mean, that's 2 shot right there. He's got the javelin throw as well. He's not going to be using it for now, though. I mean, there's quite a few low HP villagers right there. And Drongo does have more Donzos on the way. He should bring these right up here, and then he might be able to get a nice throw up onto the villagers, but not going to be doing that for the minute. But we do see Q is now on Song Dynasty, so he's going to be increasing that villager lead very gradually. But we see here Q going to be moving out with some more villagers. Where is he moving out with these villagers? Onto the stone. Okay, yeah, so he's walled out his own stone over here, so having to move over here. Luckily, the Barbican is going to be securing that up nicely. And Q's actually got a really nice position on the Barbican. We can see even more deer are over here that he's going to be able to extract after the first patch do run out. But Drongo really looking to just push the Donzo at the minute and have a look at what's going on in the left-hand side of the base right now. Or not in the base, in the map. Drongo looking to wall it up. Is he going to be going for trade? He's gone up with the Mansa Quarry, which made me believe that he's not going to be, but these walls seem like it's going to be trade. Has Drongo got something up his sleeve here? I mean, look at all the walls coming down right now. It's got to be, right? Is this maybe like a bait? Is this making Q think, Drongo isn't going to be going for any sort of trade this game because he's gone up with a Mansa Quarry? Maybe that is the case. We're going to have to see, but we can see, yeah, market going to be dropped. And I assume a market's going to be dropped over in this corner here as well any second now with this villager. And we can see more and more walls going up. And Drongo just looking to be a pain here. He's managed to deny away this stone. That is quite huge. We see Q just doesn't have enough stone in the bank quite yet. I mean, he's very low on wood at the same time. So he's going to be moving to the front stone here. But Drongo, he had a good position over here. We can see he's got one javelin thrower over here, so we're gonna have to see if he spots this out. I mean, that'll be pretty huge if he does, but yeah, Drongo just looking to put quite a bit of pressure on in the early game right here, and because of that, he's gonna be able to set up trade pretty uncontested. I mean, he can get up all these walls, he's gonna get down his markets, and he'll be looking in a really good position to have uncontested trade. I mean, that's pretty big brain from Drongo, not gonna lie. You can see no more units are in the queue at the moment, but I mean, he's got a big enough mass just to hold him at bay. But we can see Q starting to queue up some Chukanu. Only one archery range down at the minute, but it does look like Q has managed to extract almost enough stone right here. He's only 50 stone away. We can flip this to the villagers. We see 12 villagers on stone right there. And unfortunately for Drongo, if he only pulled these units, if he only had the rally point set to here, he could have denied the second town center. But we're going to have to see where Q can actually place this, because it's going to have to be somewhere in the bases. We can see Drongo is still patrolling the base. He's got units absolutely everywhere right now. So it is going to have to be somewhere quite defensive. I wouldn't be surprised to see it maybe on this wood line here. Or maybe on the gold here. But again, that's going to be really tricky to get up with Drongo's javelin throws and Donzos right there. You can see 3 wood away right now. And it looks like Chukanu are going to be pushing away the Donzo. No javelin throwers over here for Drongo at the minute. So unfortunate for Drongo there. He definitely needs to maybe produce a couple more javelin throwers. But we can see the trade has started. 186 trade right there. Or 186 gold right now. But each trade, and Drongo really looking to go heavy. 3 markets down at the moment. And we can see Drongo finally realizes that that mining camp has been built, and he realizes the second town center. But so many villagers being pulled. 22 villagers right here. 10 of them jumping inside of the town center. Very, very nice placement right there by Q. I mean, maybe if I were him, I would have built it a little bit closer to the TC. But yeah, actually, I take that back. It's intentional for the Imperial official to get off this supervision on this mining camp. So actually a really nice placement by him right there. But the Maz for Drongo continues to build. We see the trade is continuing to get pumped out as well here. We have 3 traders in the queue, 3 markets. And behind this, we've got, I would assume, to be all 5 tall outposts to be built for that juicy, juicy food and gold bonus. We can see here, Drongo javelin throwers are going to be dealing quite a bit of damage towards the Chukanu over here. It's going to be pushing Q back into the base. And we can see the eco count still looking pretty even. Q only head by 2 villagers despite being on song for quite a while. But obviously Drongo is on the 3 markets as well. And that does contribute towards this this economic count at the top. So we see 3 tall outposts down at the minute. He can build 2 more. That's the maximum amount we can see here. Where does it say? It says somewhere. Is it here? Somewhere it says you can only have up to 5 tall outposts, providing the little trickle for the traders. So I'd assume maybe it's on this side of the map. Not yet, but we can already see the gold income for Drongo absolutely huge right now, and he's only got the 1 villager on the gold at the moment, and that is the pit mine. And we can see he's got a second pit mine going to be coming up to the left side of the base here as well. So the gold economy is really going to be starting to get quite high up there for Drongo, and we can see dropping down another barracks and an archery range. So it looks like Drongo still wants to go pretty heavy on the Donzo, but if I were him, I would just be going absolutely ham on the javelin throwers, because these guys are gold heavy, and these guys are exactly what you need up against Chukanu, which is pretty much what the Chinese love to mass up. But we can see horsemen are being mixed in as well for Q. So it definitely makes sense to have a few Donzo in there as well in the mix. We can see there the final, is that the final one? 1, 2, yeah, the final tall outpost is going to be dropped down there as well. We can also see Drongo looking to gather from some cattle. And this just makes so much sense, because you're trading for all of this gold. You don't need cattle, you know, to stick in ranches. You just buy cattle for 100 food and get your villagers on these guys. It saves you so much time going into a farm transition. So this is actually really smart coming out of Drongo. I like that a lot. We can see he's got wheelbarrow and horticulture in the queue as well. The mass for Drongo still looking to build. It looks like he's stopped production for the minute, which surprises me. We see Q is going to be moving out with a few horsemen here. Not going to be finding too much though. We can see Drongo's completely walled up for the moment. We can see Drongo just looking to push forwards a little bit with these walls, making sure that he doesn't accidentally chop through. That would be a huge mistake. So I think his goal at the minute is just to make sure that Q has no idea about the trade. But I feel like it may be a little bit obvious when you have when you've got so many walls up. It kind of gives away the plan a little bit. But Drongo's economy looking really strong. However, Q is playing the Chinese. He is on the equivalent of 3 town centers. And that is going to be helping out for the minute. We see a 3rd town center coming down as well. But Drongo's mass is here. Javelin throwers and Donzo's taking off a nice shot there. 2 rams are here for Drongo as well. He's come at the perfect time right now. This 3rd town center is going to be going down. Even if it gets up, it will be destroyed by these 2 rams. Half HP remain on that town center. Villager's going to be jumping inside. But is that really what you want? Because this town center is going to be going down. We have a little bit of a quick wall coming down from Q here. Going to be going with a nice little tower on that wall, I would suspect. Chukanu here are here. Villagers managed to escape just in time. Quite a lot of casualties for Drongo, but that is absolutely a huge amount of villagers going down there for Q. Exactly what Drongo needs. And we can see horsemen looking to try and burn through those walls, but Drongo's just come at such a perfect opportunity. Chukanu going to be jumping on the walls right now. This is pretty smart. I like this a lot. You can see it's going to be taking less damage while up there. Unfortunately, javelin throwers, I mean, the amount of arrows that guy must have stuck in him, and he manages to survive as well. You can see the ram's going to be retreating back. Does Q have a blacksmith down? He doesn't. So he doesn't have his, what is the +1 ranged attack upgrade, which is really key for the Chinese. You can see Drongo does have +1 range defense, so Chukunu really not going to be too effective up against javelin throws right here. So Q definitely needs to grab his blacksmith upgrades. We can see here, Q is going to be denied yet again. He's not going to be able to get through unless there's a hole here. Ooh, I got scared for a second. I thought there might have been a hole, but we can see the gold income for Drongo. Drongo, you're age 2, mate. And you're floating 3k gold. I mean, at this point, just do a little bit of trading. Buy some food. It's still relatively cheap, and just age up. I mean, you're not even making units. Oh, this is absolutely wild from Drongo. He's floating so much wood at the same time. You might as well just pull some of these villagers off and go on to food at this point. But Drongo looking to retreat back to the base for the minute. I mean, I'm really surprised as to why. I guess he really wants to go for an age up right now. But still, yeah, I mean, that's a ridiculous amount of gold. And we can see he's actually doing that now. Buys a ton of food, and he's going to be aging up. It's got to be the Farimba garrison, right? It has, yeah. So this landmark is the one that batch trains units, and it costs only gold. And, you know, when it costs only gold and you were floating 3k gold a minute ago, and you've got... How many traders has Drongo got now? We can take a look if we... How do we see that? Oh, there we go. This trader. All right. So there we go. 28 traders already. That is absolutely crazy right there. And the age up going to be coming through from Q as well. And very curious here. Where is the age up? There it is. It's going to be the Imperial Palace. Interesting. Now, this isn't the landmark we usually see going into age 3. It's usually the astronomical clock tower, but I guess Q wants to see what's going on the map. He can use the Imperial spies, and he will be able to spot... I do believe it can spot... Yeah. So we can see... Yeah, he spots all of the traders out, so he knows exactly what Drongo is up to right now. He knows that trade is booming away, so Q's going to have to react now. He's going to have to go full-on aggression with the Chukunu, with some lances. We see he's got 4 lances in the key. He desperately needs some more production buildings down. But we can see a 4th town center. Q, you're already at 100 villagers. You're on the equivalent of 4.5 town centers right now. And you're dropping down another one. You are absolutely crazy. Yeah, I don't know exactly the reason behind this other town center, but... You can see Drongo looking super... I mean, look at this. That is a crazy amount of gold to have. Drongo's got his veterancy upgrades in for the Donzo and the javelin throwers. And that is a huge amount of villagers. Q pulling 35 villagers right now. It's going to be a keep drop here. Some walls have gone up, so Q's going to find it pretty tricky to get down a keep. I mean, I guess he can try and burn through here and get up a keep here, maybe. That is curious. We can see Drongo really pushing away the army right now. And now that the army's been pushed away, all of these villagers... Q, that's... I take it back. You are going to need that 4th town center. That 4th town center is going to be crucial because you're going to be losing your whole... You're going to be losing all of these villagers right here. The keep's going to be going up, but we have rams coming in for Drongo as well. Where are they? Oh, they're still making their way over to Q's base. But yeah, these villagers are not going to last long. We have walls being dropped down for Drongo as well, looking to try and just keep Q in here. He wants to make sure all of these villagers go down. It looks like Drongo may not decide to do that. Pull back the villagers. He doesn't want to be losing those. But we could. Do we have a siege workshop being dropped down from Drongo? Not yet. I'm surprised by that. I mean, that's sort of my first reaction would be, okay, 2 siege workshops. We make 2 trebuchets and start burning down this keep. But we see Q already dropping down a siege workshop of his own. Is it going to be for some counterweight trebuchets, or maybe some springalds, or maybe even an STB? I mean, an STB, yeah, okay, it is going to be an STB, but they're not going to be too effective up against what Drongo's messing up now, which is going to be veterancy sofa. And that's not... Ooh, Drongo making archers right now from the Farimba garrison. And this makes a lot of sense. If he grabs his... okay, so... Where can he grab his... Okay, so he's already grabbed it. He's grabbed his poisoned arrow upgrade. Now, this is such a good upgrade. I mean, these archers are like the best age 3 archers in the game. They're just so good. They're so good up against heavy rain or heavily armored units, which the Chinese do like to make with their palace guard. We can see Drongo right now going to be moving in, trying to take out some villagers, and we can see Q going to be onto the trade line here, but unfortunately not going to be doing too much there. We can see Nestaby going to be taking some shots onto the archers. Drongo not paying attention right there. He can just send in the sofas, to be honest. He should be able to take that all out. And do we have a... Yeah, okay, here we go. Finally, 2 siege workshops going to be dropped down from Drongo. And we can see he should be able to just trade for some wood right there. And he can get out two trebuchets pretty easily. And we can see Drongo's also floating 1,600 stone. So he can do a double keep drop somewhere if he wants to. Some traders are going to be going down. That keep doing so much damage. Drongo losing so many traders right now. Let's have a look, see how many. He's on 32 still, but that is a lot of traders he's losing. This keep is doing so much damage, and now towers are being dropped as well. This isn't looking so great for Drongo, and we see Q still on 140 villagers. I mean, the 4TC song boom right now is absolutely crazy, and the trade's being shut down. Drongo not looking in such good position. He's got no food eco at the moment either. He's on 0. Drongo, what is going on? You've got 23 villagers on stone, but none on food. Very curious to see. We see the first 2 trebuchets are out for Drongo. He's going to be starting to siege some of this down, but Drongo's lost so many traders at this point. This is not looking good for him at all, and we can see a huge drop through coming through from Q. He's going to deny this trade completely. Any second now he'll be through, and we can see Q is stacking up some stone as well. It's going to be a keep drop on the left-hand side of the map here. This is absolutely crazy stuff from Q right now. Really playing well here to deny the Malian trade. But Drongo is still massing up a pretty decent army in the back of the base here. We can see he's still got plenty of gold in the bank, so he's going to be able to produce from this Farimba garrison pretty effectively. Another trebuchet in the queue for Drongo, but he needs a Springald. We see 2 Nesta Bees already out for Q, and these Nesta Bees are going to absolutely shred through everything here for Drongo, apart from the sofa. But the sofa currently making their way up north. We see Drongo did spot out all of the villagers over here. Going to be walling this up and sending all of his sofa. He should be able to wipe this out in time. We see another keep coming down from Q. Now going to be building the astronomical clock tower as well. What a crazy game we have right here. So Drongo... still losing trade. That's not too good for him. He's down to 17 traders. 80 eco versus 156. Q looking super strong right now. See, Nesta Beads and a Springald out for Q as well. And a clock tower, counterweight trebuchet. I mean, really with the clock tower, you'd want to be making Springalds. I feel like Springalds are the best unit to be making from the clock tower when you could be making trebuchets from this other siege workshop. But we can see Drongo starting to push back the keeps here. We have 2 Springalds out for Drongo as well. The 3 trebuchet is going to be really effective here. If they take out that keep, the trade should be a little bit safer, but we see Drongo down to 16 traders. He desperately needs some more traders. He needs to get these bad boys back in the queue. He's got enough wood and gold to do so. So that, yeah, there we go. We actually see it in the queue right now. And another keep drop coming down from Q. 22 villagers being pulled, 2 Nesta Bees and a Springald. But where is Q's army? I mean, look at the villagers. Q has no sort of army, and Drongo should be able to clean this up. If he notices though, the sofa are all the way over there. They're going to be distracted, but Drongo needs to pull the archers. This keep is going to be going up, and oh no, Drongo. Oh, the Nesta Bees are going to be getting huge shots off right there. Oh, Drongo. Oh, man. The Springalds for Drongo are going to be taking out the first Nesta Bee, though. But that is some huge damage, and the keep goes up, denying even more trade for him right now. Drongo in absolute shambles. There's up to 20 traders now, but it's all denied. And there are more and more going to be going down, and Springald's out for Q right now as well. Going to be taking out the first trebuchet. What a hold right here. And we have Q with some more lances over here as well. Drongo going to be looking to stonewall up the map now. Makes a lot of sense. He doesn't want to... He really can't afford to have a keep drop on the left-hand side of the map here. We can see he's finally pushing back the front of the base. And I think it's just down to Q not really having much army. I don't know what Q's been doing. He's got 5,000 gold in the bank. What are you doing, Q? Look, there's a boar right here. Eat the boar, please. You need food. You know, mass palace guard right now would be absolutely huge. I mean the poisoned arrows would be doing quite a bit of damage versus that. We can see Drongo's sofa is going to be looking to just posture here. But it looks like Drongo is looking to stabilize a little bit, but Q is just way ahead in eco at the moment. And the trade's just been denied for so long, and it looks like Lancers might be getting through the gate here. Super low on HP. This could be terrible. 7 Lancers getting through the base. I mean, we got 8 villagers here for Drongo, but they're going to be massacred right there, and then Drongo's going to be losing even more trade at the back of the base here. 2 trebuchets remaining for Drongo, looking to try and take down this keep. Counterweight trebuchet here for Q, looking to probably be taken out here as well. 4 Springles out for Mr. Aussie. So it looks like he's managed to hold on for now, but Q's just had such a big advantage in that eco for so long. And he's really got the economy to really make a big push now. But the question is, where is the army? I mean, Q is floating so many resources right now. You know, that could have been mass lancers. And the lancers, the sofa. Drongo managed to repair up the wall, and the Sova here are here denying away the lancers. But I mean, Q could have just been massing up lancers right now, direct them over to this gate over here, and that could have been the trade completely wiped out. But luckily for Drongo, that's not the case, and he's going to be getting up those stone walls finally. And it looks like Drongo's managed to recover quite significantly here. Let's have a look, see how many traders he's on. He's up to 19. Okay, so still quite far behind. He's got 2 markets. I wouldn't be surprised if we see another one being dropped just to really get that trade eco back up, because we can see Drongo currently floating so much wood and gold. He may as well use it, and he's got enough food and gold left over as well to age to H4. And we can see that is going to be the case. The Griot bar are now going to be dropped down. 16 villagers on that landmark right now. Do we have QWQ looking to age up? It doesn't seem like it. He spent all of his resources on what exactly? Okay, so now he's looking to go into mass fire lancer plus lancer. But I feel like it's a bit late. He had the perfect opportunity like less than 5 minutes ago to push Drongo and completely deny this trade. I mean, that could have been a good a GG moment. Luckily for Q, still managing to pick off Drongo's army here. This isn't too pretty for Drongo, I'm going to be honest. But I mean, the army's still looking pretty decent in the base, and Malian trade is still going to be absolutely phenomenal once he can get it all back online. And we can see Drongo is going to be the first one to age up as well. We see lots of Sofa are going to be going down over here as well. Unfortunately, these guys aren't going to be finding too much. They're going to be taking a bit of an engagement right there, but the Fire Lancers are going to be able to get their nice little shots off right there. And Drongo really not going to be finding too much. We do have a triple blacksmith from Q over here. Very interesting to see. He really wants to rush up those upgrades. And unfortunately for Drongo, so much damage being put onto the sofa right there, but not too much of a deal. Drongo's still floating 2,400 stone in the bank right now. I mean, that's quite a bit. We can see a keep going to be dropped down on this stone right here. Q really looking to try and optimize where he can find all of this gold. So taking it from Drongo while he has the map control, and villagers going to be turning their torches on the keep. Drongo might be losing. He's going to be losing the keep. Yeah, Drongo hasn't pulled enough villagers right there, which is unfortunate. He's going to be losing 800 stone right there. Drongo manages to cancel in time. Going to be getting back the majority of his stone right there. And now we've got some archers and some javelin throwers here as well, just to deny this out. And another keep going to be dropped down here. We have a few veterancy or elite sofa now in for Drongo. He managed to keep a few of them alive, but I mean, this cavalry mass for Q looking pretty decent, and they're going to be really, really effective against what Drongo's got. I mean, Q could just charge us in right here, and he could take a really, really decisive, there we go, decisive fight. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. It's just going to be more mass Fire Lancer. So what is his objective here with the Fire Lancer plus Lancer? Because it's going to be really hard for him to get into the base of Drongo now with all of these stone walls up. He might be able to break through here and deny out quite a lot of the trade. So maybe he looks to do that. That might actually be the case. We see him looking to try and burn down this keep right now. But I mean, that's really not too much of a big deal for Drongo, I'm going to be honest. We have the counterweight trebuchet on the back line as well, going to be helping out. No boiling oil in yet for Drongo. And we actually have a keep drop here from Q as well on this gold, and Drongo's kind of throwing away some of his units right now. You can see, what is Drongo investing all of his resources into right now? It looks like it's just going to be some Donzo for now. I'm not exactly sure where all of Drongo's army is exactly. It seems to just be split all over the map right now. But Q really looking to make a push here with the Fire Lancer. Elite upgrade in for the Fire Lancer. No veterancy upgrades yet in for the Lancer, but we can see Drongo now really looking to stonewall up. I mean, Q could have had a good timing there to break through this wall, but Drongo realizes what Q is trying to do right now, and he needs to get the stone walls up, and that is exactly what he's doing. We see stone walls dropped absolutely everywhere, creating a really nice choke point in the middle here, where Drongo has 2 keeps up. So it's going to be really tricky for Q to try and push past this. But we can see lots of trade right. Where is this trader going? Is it going through here? Is it going through the little chop through? I think it is. We can see the trebuchet on the back line. Going to be starting to burn down that gate. And this is really not what Drongo wants. He needs to make sure that that stone wall stays up. Drongo going to be pushing forwards now as well. It looks like he's got some Muso Fadi gunners in there as well. So I assume that's going to be from the Froemba garrison. It's not surprisingly. Okay. That's quite surprising. I mean, with all of that gold, you may as well spend it on the Muso Fadi gunners. Pretty cost effective right there when you've got such a big trade eco. 28 traders for Drongo. It looks like he's going to be taking a nice engagement right here. I mean, especially when Q is fighting like that, he really needs to make sure. Okay, so he's going to be moving the fire lancers onto the archers here. And I'm going to be honest, this is pretty good for Q right now. I mean, Drongo going to be losing quite a lot of his army right here. But the question is, can Q remass his fire lancers in time to do enough damage? Because I feel like Drongo is going to be able to remass very, very quickly. And we have more and more fire lancers on the way. But Drongo is still managing to hold. I mean, fire lancers, I guess, aren't the best when they're up against melee. Up against, like, Sofa and Donzo. But I'm honestly quite surprised by that. I thought Q would have had that in the bag pretty decisively, but it looks like Drongo managing to make it out of there with a pretty decent mass still, and managing to keep that stone wall gate up as well. More villagers being pulled now for Q. That's not a good timing. Drongo coming out at the perfect time. 13 Sofa going to be chasing down these villagers, but we can see Q is still massively ahead in villagers. I mean, this game is just so back and forth. Absolutely crazy stuff. Donzo going to be looking to do a little bit of raiding right now. Gold is going to be denied out here for Q. Elite Donzo is in as well. And we can see Fire Lance is going to be able to get some nice cracks off onto the Sofa. Lots of villagers here as well for Q. What is he planning to do with the villagers? It looks like it's going to be a keep drop maybe. And Q, what are you doing with the gold? What are you doing with the gold? Is he going for like a wonder? I really don't understand what Q is doing with all of this gold. I mean, sure. I mean, maybe he's looking to play ultra late game or something. But even then, Drongo's got the trade. I don't understand what this is with the gold. Oh, I'm confused. But Q going to be losing quite a few villagers here, as we do have Drongo's elite Sofa here, taking quite a few of them down. And Drongo really looking to push into the base right now. We got Sofa and Donzo. Quite a nice composition here up against what Q's making, that is for sure. And it looks like Q, he does not want to make anything else. It's just mass Fire Lancer right now. He desperately needs some different units out here. I mean, even mass Chikanu at this point would probably be pretty decent. I mean, Palace Guard as well. Palace Guard would be very, very nice in this position. We can see either Q, you don't need the gold. You don't need the gold. What are you doing with the gold? I mean, Drongo, if anything, Drongo's doing him a favor right here. But we can see Donzo's for Drongo going to be doing a nice little bit of raiding here on the farming eco. That's exactly what he needs. I mean, Q's food isn't exactly ridiculous right now. Sure, he's got 73 villagers on the food right now, but it really isn't showing it in the what's coming out of the production buildings right now for Q. It's not looking too good. Drongo looking really, really strong in this position. We can see more and more units making their way onto the battlefield. 4 trebuchets sitting at home for Drongo as well. I'm surprised he hasn't pulled those forwards. He could get some really good damage off in that time. And we just see lots of villagers being massacred right now. Drongo looking to even up the eco count. And we can see sacred sites starting to be captured now as well. The first one taken in the middle. The second one to the right-hand side of the map. And the third one just sits over here. Maybe Drongo looks to finish this off with a bit of a sacred site victory. And I mean, he's in a pretty good position to do so. You can see he's still got a little bit of stone in the bank to try and fortify up these sacred sites. But Q not looking too pretty here. Still massing up just Fire Lancers. And Fire Lancers really aren't the best unit to be having in a fight. These guys are really the best, like a really good raiding unit. And I mean, in this situation, up against Donzos and Sofa, really not going to be too great. And the trading eco still looking to grow for Drongo. Up to 33 traders right now. It looks like he's sort of just stopped for now. Looking to just, you know, 33 is good enough for Drongo. And we just have more and more Fire Lancers in for Q. So it looks like he's managed to clean everything up in the base for now. But it's alright. Drongo's remassing at home. We can see big mass of Elite Sofa. Big mass of... Well, that's not a huge mass, but it's a decent mass of Donzo. Some more archers over here as well. But what Drongo has right now is the trebuchets. He needs to pull this forward. He can go... if he buys a little bit of stone right now, drops down a keep right here. You know, you could just bring the trebuchets up front and you could just destroy everything here. And I mean, the amount of production that Q has up here with all of these stables right now, it's going to be absolutely devastating for Q to try and replace all of this. I mean, he's got barely any wood left in the bank right now. He's sort of exhausted. I mean, he's got a bit of wood over here to be fair, but really not too much. But age 4 on the Great Wall Gatehouse does come through for Q. So it's going to be a nice little defensive landmark right there. But huge fight going on right here. Q going to be losing all of his Fire Lancers. I mean, look at all the dead bodies on the floor right there. Q absolutely throwing away his army. Drongo looking in such a good position right now. Sacred Site victory is on the loom as well. We see Drongo's got all 3 Sacred Sites up. He can drop down a keep on this one. And I mean, he can just stonewall this one up. And he'll be looking in a great position for that Sacred Site victory. We can see 9 minutes, 30 seconds away. I love how we have this on the UI now. And it looks like the Sofa are going to be running into the base right now. Drongo's looking for the little ecos, but I mean, you really don't want to be fighting underneath the Great Wall Gatehouse. Drongo should know just how strong this landmark is. And the Barbicans here helping out as well with this springled emplacement. But Drongo's looking to move onto the back line now, where all of Q's farming eco is. And this could be absolutely terrible for Q. Sure, he's got 6,000 gold in the bank, but he's only got 800 food, and he's garrisoning them all. This is absolutely awful for Q right now. Drongo's in such a good position. I mean, he was looking really rough earlier when his trade was looking really under pressure with these keeps, but he's managed to turn it around, and Drongo's now looking to try and burn down some of these keeps, and Q's now fallen to below 90 villagers. I mean, at one point, he was almost at 150. Now Drongo's are substantially further ahead in eco, and a lot of that eco is trade. And trade is just so effective with the Malians. Sacred Site is going to be lost here for Drongo. I mean, he wasn't really... I don't think it was really the plan to go for a Sacred Site victory, but more just put a little bit of pressure on. But you're going to be denying that out with some Fire Lancers. But so the Fire Lancers really needs to be over here right now, because currently he's got no eco. We see 66 idle villagers right now for Q. 66. He's got like 14 villagers working right now. That is absolutely awful. And Sacred Site still captured for Drongo, but is now going to be lost. So Q does manage to deny the Sacred Site, but his farming eco right now has got to be the bigger priority. And it looks like Drongo is going to be cleaned up for now, but that was so much damage done right there. It's going to be really hard for Q to try and remass everything up right now. We have 7 Fire Lancers sitting in the town center there as well. And Drongo, he's got bombards out now as well. Okay, so Drongo really looking to try and finish the game now. And if I were Drongo, just buy some stone. Stick a keep down right here and slowly just tread your way forward. I mean, all of the production for Q just sits right here. Right at the front of the base. And that is a perfect position to try and push into. And it still looks like Q... Is Q doing like a Fire Lancer only challenge or something? Because that's what it looks to be like right now. And Q moving... No. This guy's like a gold addict. I mean, you've got so much gold. You don't need gold. Leave the gold alone. Leave it alone. How has he still got this gold, by the way? Like, out of all the gold that he managed to collect this game, how is he not taking this one? I have not a clue. I have not a clue, but... We can see the Ming, not the Ming Dynasty, the Imperial Palace landmark is going to be repaired here. Very interesting to see. And Q, what is he doing over here? He's built 2 bomb... Is he looking to do maybe like a landmark snipe or something? I mean, this is very peculiar. We see Drongo is still playing this very precautiously. I'm not sure what he's so scared of. I mean, he's in a great position to push forwards right now, but it looks like he wants to try and push forwards onto the Great Wall Gatehouse, which is interesting. I mean, you've got a great position up north here to be pushing into. But we do have landmark victory approaching. We have 3 out of the 7 destroyed, but we do see they are being repaired right now. And now it looks like Q is going to be pushing into the Drongo's base with the fire lancers. But Drongo, yeah, he's going to be able to react in time. I don't think 2 bombard. Actually, it is going to be enough. The fire lancers are going to be able to get through, but I think Sofa might be able to get there in time. This is going to be a close one. Fire lancers might be able to sneak their way in. It's not going to be terrible. And villagers are here anyway for Drongo. If he only needs to get this. He needs to get the wall up though. Come on, Drongo. Build the wall. Build the wall. There it is. He's going to be able to get it up. He only needs. Yeah. I mean, the lancers and the Donzo can just flood their way in behind this, and we see the wall gets up there. Quite low HP, but the bombards have gone down, and there is no way for Q to get through here. Yeah, I mean, the wall's just going to get repaired as well. I mean, Q is trying his best to get into Drongo's base to deny off this trade and maybe even go for a landmark snipe. But even then, Drongo's thought ahead. He stonewall up the Griot Bara. It would be impossible for a landmark snipe. Drongo playing this really, really well. He just needs to finish the game right now. And he's in a great position to do so. Somehow still... Drongo, the Bombard and Trebuchet ain't going to do shit back here, mate. Bring him forward. Whenever I look at the Bombards and Trebuchets, they're just always sitting here in the base, but we can see Drongo looking super, super strong here, just going a mass elite Sofa, and these guys do pretty well up against the elite Fire Lancer. But we can see Q going to be pushing back underneath the Great Wall Gatehouse, and this landmark is just so strong. I mean, this is going to be one of the best Age 4 landmarks, right? It's just so good. I mean, I guess it's a bit of a downside that you have to build it on a wall. And Drongo's Bombard going to be going down yet again. Oh, Drongo. It looks like Drongo wants to retreat yet again onto these Fire Lancers. Fire Lancers getting off a pretty nice charge right there, but Sofa really not too phased about it. And we can see Drongo looking to push into the base once again, going for quite a massive Donzo right now. Actually, okay, it's going to be deleting them there. He wants to get out some more siege, it seems. As we do hear some siege coming out. Yeah, two Trebuchet coming out now as well. And we see Drongo. This is not good. No, 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 no. Don't fight under the Great Wall Gatehouse. Going to be using this split formation right there, but so much damage being done right there. Landmark victory approaching yet again for Drongo, taking out the Imperial Palace once again. And this is... what do we have coming in? Oh, Elite. Oh, God. Q go for Mass Lancer now. Going to be grabbing the Elite upgrade for that as well. I mean... yeah, that's heavy on the food and the gold. And Q, despite having 10,000 gold at one point, or 11,000 gold at one point, he's going to be running pretty dry soon. He can only afford another 35 Lancers, whereas Drongo, I mean, look at the economy he's got right now. That is a huge number. And I mean, yeah, the economy not looking too good for Q. Drongo, I mean, if I were Drongo, I would just be charging all of the Sofa into the economy right now. And Drongo's, oh, look at this, he's got him on with a relic. I'm not sure how long he's had this here, to be honest. I think he might have forgotten about it, maybe. Go on, Drongo, do it, do it. There it is. There it is. Is he going to be getting a few villagers? Oh, we can see Q's bringing villagers. What is he doing? He actually pulled more villagers than Drongo. Drongo managing to convert 10 villagers right there. He's going to be moving the... what is he doing? He's actually dropping down a few outposts, and Drongo's brought his Sofas into the economy right now, denying all of the food economy. Q really can't afford that right now, and we do see Drongo looking to take a pretty good fight here. Unfortunately, I don't think he's got enough of a mass here. The massive Q looking pretty strong, and a Tolt outpost does come through. Cannon and placement on that bad boy as well. We need the fortifications upgrade as well. It's going to be pretty easy for Fire Lancers to destroy this. But really nice conversion there by Drongo. Really well played, but the mass back at home still massing up as well. Drongo just needs to get out some more production buildings, to be honest. He's still on a very low amount. I mean, you can just spam out production buildings at this point with that amount of resources, and just right-click the base and just rally them in. I mean, Q's eco really not looking too good, and we've got a bit of a keep drop coming down as well. Unfortunately, not going to be going up. I mean, yeah, to be expected, to be honest. I'm not exactly sure what Drongo was was expecting there. But 4 trebuchets now looking to try and take down the Great Wall Gatehouse. And that's going to mean 3 landmarks remain for Q. It's going to be the Barbican, the Imperial Academy, and the town center. But Q got a pretty decent mass of Lancers and Fire Lancers once again. And Drongo's mass not looking too brilliant right now. But it does consist of mainly Donzo. And obviously Donzo are going to be doing pretty well up against this mass. You can see Donzo getting their nice little ranged attack off right there. The Great Wall Gatehouse does go down, which means Q can't retreat underneath this landmark anymore. Trebuchet is now looking to try and burn down the wall. And once that wall goes down, that means more Sofas are going to be running into the base. Fire Lance is looking to try and burn down the tall outpost right now. Not exactly sure what that's exactly for. But Elite Sofa is going to be chasing down that cavalry mass. And Drongo at this point probably could just go for a bit of a landmark snipe. He knows where all the landmarks are, as the remaining landmarks, or all the age 2 landmarks and the town center. And Drongo's going to be able to take a great fight here. He's caught Q in a really tight corner right here, and with the amount of Donzo he's got here, he's going to be able to absolutely wipe the floor with Q right now. The 4 trebuchets still remain alive on the back line. The Barbican of the Sun is going to be the next landmark. And, I mean, Drongo, you really just need to get down to some more production. I mean, sure, you got a load of stables, so we do see lots of Sofa being pushed onto the front line. And that was an absolutely awful trade right there for Q. And these weren't just Fire Lancers, these were Lancers. These guys are expensive. These guys are super expensive to be losing like that. And we can just see Q's got no gold, no food in the bank at this point. Really not looking too good for him at this point. And we can see the stable production really not looking too pretty. The population down to 95 out of 200. Drongo remaining at 200 out of 200. The Barbican of the Sun has gone down. We have 2 landmarks remaining. The Town Center and the Imperial Academy. Drongo's on the way. He's looking to try and burn down these last 2 landmarks. I think this is going to be a good game. I don't see any way Q can recover from this. I mean, good game was pretty much, you know, cool 10 minutes ago, to be honest. The Imperial Academy is going to be the next one to be focused down by the trebuchets. And Drongo looks to focus down the focus down the town center here with the remaining army as well. But GG gets called. What a game we had there by Q and Aussie. God damn, both of them at times looked like they were about to win, but Aussie manages to take the win in the end with the Malian trade. Well, if you did enjoy this, guys, please do feel free to leave a like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.